This is Truth Talks TV, and today we're going to talk to you about the B word. Are you wondering what we mean by the B word? It ain't bad. What I mean is boundaries. See, I'm sure they was like, what in the world are they talking about the B word? Boundaries, forbidden word. People are afraid to use it. People are afraid to say it. But today, we about to talk truth about boundaries.
Hey everybody. Yes, welcome to Truth Talks TV.
Yes.
We are here again. I'm so excited, and guess what? It's season 2.
It is season 2.
Thank y'all for rolling with us for, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 episodes, and we are back. And we are bigger and better than ever. And we got another B word we talking about today.
Yes.
And it ain't the words you think. What word we talking about today?
We're talking about boundaries. I think that's your favorite word.
I really think it is my favorite word.
I think it's your favorite word.
Because I feel like when we talk about stuff, I'm just like, boundaries, not necessarily with you, but with the situations that we're talking about.
Yes, boundaries definitely come up. It's something that's needed. So for the people who may not know or may not comprehend what a boundary is, because it could be a foreign word to some people.
It could be, but we're going to make sure you know today.
You're going to know.
You're going to learn today.
You're going to know. So what are boundaries?
Boundaries truly are a separation between you and something else, and I'll explain a little bit more. But it basically sets up a distinction between you, where you begin. The easy way to say it is like where I begin, where I end, or what I desire to do versus what I don't desire to do, what my intentions are versus what they're not. So the easiest way to think of a boundary, and I'll explain in a second, but when you think of a fence, one is something's on this side, something's on the other side.
Yeah. You know what? When you say fence, it actually makes me think of this real estate term that we learned. It's called an encroachment. And basically, you can't cross it. Like, if it's my neighbor's land, or, like, say a tree is, like, hovering over your fence, but the tree is, like, physically in the neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
I can't, like, go out there with my saw and be like, zzz, and cut the tree down because it's not mine.
It originates in their yard.
It's their tree, but it's crossing over into my yard. So I don't have the freedom to do that. However, I can go to my neighbor and be like, hey, look, your tree, it's in my space.
Thank you.
It's in my boundaries. My boundary.
Absolutely.
So can you please cut the tree down? Now, we don't want no neighborhood feuds because, you go out there and cut down somebody's tree, and there's going to be some problems.
People get mad. You cut their grass wrong. Look, I actually took by accident my neighbor's trash can, and they were like,
what?
My number is, because when the trash people push it back, I rolled it back, and I'm thinking, oh, wait, that's my neighbor's. I didn't realize man, they be fighting over trash cans. Like, don't you put your trash in my trash can.
I can't. Now, I actually do have a problem with that. Like, I have a neighbor who, and I love dogs. Like, I want a dog.
Uh-oh.
But my neighbor.
You want a beagle?
No, I want like a little small lap dog, like a chihuahua. One that don't grow, one that don't get smart. Yeah, because I feel like them big dogs be getting smart. Like they
what?
I feel like they got smart mouths. And poodles are rude. I don't want a poodle. Like they got an attitude.
Sorry to all the poodle lovers and chihuahua.
We love y'all and stuff. But so I have a neighbor, and I feel like this is crossing our boundary because she walks her dogs, and I appreciate you for picking up your dog items that they leave. Thank you for picking up those items. However, she puts them in the neighbor's trash can.
Oh, yes.
I'm like, excuse?
See, that's a little different than putting like a soda can or a bottle.
Yes.
Your trash can is smelling like feces.
Thank you. So we go and grab that to pull it back to the yard. It's like, I know we wouldn't do nothing like that. Right. We don't smell like that. Like, the can of chicken noodle soup that we ate, that don't sound like, so why? And so one day we caught her, like, she walks her dog every morning at the same time. And I'm like,
caught her in the act.
I'm going to catch you, okay? I'm going to catch you. So me and myself, how I am. Yeah, so I opened the window nicely. And I just was like, hey! And so
don't do that no more.
Yeah. So and she jumped.
Girl, you scared
so
the crap
she
out
looked
of me.
in. She looked in the direction of the house, but she probably didn't know what the A was. But after the A, she never put her dog crap in our trash can no more. So she
Okay.
understood the language that you were overstepping
A boundary.
the boundaries of the house.
Mhm.
Like, why would you even think that's okay? Like, ma'am,
She probably
keep
just thinking
that.
trash is trash, but not realizing
No.
that
It's nasty.
it's something that comes out of someone's body
Right,
that
and we
usually
don't
goes
want
in the
that.
toilet. So it's kind of like, now my trash can's stinking. Yeah, that's
It's
kind
not
of,
okay.
it's not okay. It's not okay. And so
Yes.
I like that you gave that example
Yes.
because sometimes we don't realize what boundaries are
Yes.
because they're invisible, so
Right.
to speak.
Yeah.
And the word no helps us to clearly communicate that.
Whew.
So I like when we talked about the fence, but I also don't like it because sometimes it gives off this illusion where it's like a physical structure, like no. Because with human relationships, there is no physical like gate or a fence.
Right.
You know,
Imaginary.
it's more exactly. It's more imaginary. And then even when you deal with the spiritual standpoint, how God deals with us, a lot of times the word helps to make it clear what boundaries are, what we should do, what we shouldn't do, what God accepts. But there's not like a bubble around us, like don't go here, don't go here, don't do this, don't do that. You know what I mean? But it
Right.
should be a sense of ethics can help define boundaries as well.
Yes.
So I like the example of the fence because it's good to see physical, but in actuality, it's more of an invisible thing. And some things that help us to communicate those boundaries and to maintain it is the word no.
Right. Right.
And that's
Right.
where I think is
Right.
important.
And another
So-
thing spiritually mirrors natural.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So no.
No.
So I think that's also a forbidden term. I feel like no is the first word we learn as children
No.
because everything is no, like or I.
Yeah. Yeah. So just thinking about all the ways we say no. It could be a facial expression like, you know that face when no black
So-
mama, when you doing something
Let
and
me
your
know.
mama like, I wish you would. I mean,
Or when
you
they just
know.
get quiet, like that silence look. You know what that means? That definitely means whatever you're doing, you need to not do it. You need to stop. And so people don't like the word no, like they view it
Yeah.
as an offense. When no protects you from being offended, like from being violated.
Exactly.
Like even in like the law field, or like you think about a man and a woman, and they have this quote, "No means no," and some people don't understand what no means.
Right.
And you have to make it clear that no, I don't want you to touch me. No, I don't want you to do this X, Y, Z, and people get mad.
Why? Why do you think no? Why do you think no is so offensive to people these days?
I feel like people have a sense of entitlement. I feel like people feel like that they're owed something from you. And when you say no, your no is coming from a selfish place where it's actually coming from, I need to protect myself. Like, I need to protect my heart. I need to protect my space.
Right.
But when you don't start off saying no and you're a yes man, or everything is yes, yes, you set the bar for being like a target for, you can't tell me no.
Hello, that's where I was.
Yes,
I was this yes person to everything. Yes, I'll do this, and yes, I'll accommodate, and yes, I'll do your last minute emergency, which now becomes my priority in a sense, and it shouldn't be. But my boundaries should be, no. I set this time, I set this agenda, I set this emotion. Now, of course, when things happen, like if it's, things out of the ordinary, but when a person is a repeat offender, and it's like, okay, I kind of bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate
And boundaries, you keep that over there. No,
it's
you need a tissue.
and disclaimer, allergies.
Allergies.
So no, you can't sneeze these
Allergies.
days. You can't cough these days.
Allergies.
Got a little tickle
Yeah.
on my nose. Okay.
Yeah, little tickle.
So now you need the gate. I feel like
Now-
you talked against
now
the
we
gate
need the
before,
gate.
but now you want it. It's all right though. It's okay.
Can y'all pass me a fence over there?
Now you want the fence.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you want the wall.
Right here. I need a wall.
Okay.
It's an invisible wall, y'all. Y'all can't see it. It's right here. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That one. So, those invisible allergies. No.
Oh, it's here. It's here. It's allergy season. Trees budding. Springtime.
Yes.
That
Springtime.
tickle.
You know what? I wish I could have some boundaries against some of these flowers and this pollen.
It's rude.
I think so.
Like my eyes be swollen. Like, remember Hitch when he was allergic to that food? Like I feel like I be looking like him when it's springtime.
Don't do that.
Like we got the pollen, we got the trees budding, and I be miserable. So shout out to all the allergy sufferers.
Oh my gosh.
We're in this together. We're sneezing together. But we do
sneezing
be getting
together.
judged though. Like now since COVID, people be judging us. Like you can't sneeze in public. You better not call.
Oh no.
Because you about to get the look or you may get jumped.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Because you said you need to heal.
No, you may get jumped.
Oh, I think
coughing.
something else happened.
Yeah.
It's like that. So, but even thinking back to these masks, a boundary what are they trying to enforce? Put your mask on.
Yeah.
Keep your stuff to you and everybody else stuff. You know what I mean? These are forms of boundaries that we don't always think about.
Right.
But it's supposed to be for protection. It's supposed to assist us and help us to live in unity and harmony. And I think sometimes we struggle with the word no because we don't really know what to say no to. But here's something that really helped me. You know how like when somebody do something, you just get kind of like... you cringe, you get irritated, you feel your heart racing, you feel yourself sweating. I never got the sweaty palms or anything like that, but I feel myself getting hot. And I'm like, why am I hot? Why am I frustrated? Why am I like that nervous jitter that, your body is telling you, invasion, something is not, Now, I'm not saying that it means that every time you feel this way, you are ethically, let me try to be careful with this one. Basically, your body is telling you something, I don't like this. I don't like this. Now, it could be something that's actually supposed to happen.
Right.
Like if you're getting a needle or a shot, you're like, the doctor's going to give you the needle. Right. You got to get you need the needle. Mm-hmm. But in situations where it's like somebody is offending you or is crossing a boundary, or let's say somebody reaches to give you a hug and they hug you a certain way and you kind of like, I don't like how they just grip me. Like I just don't feel comfortable. Yes. And that's your personal boundary. Right. And it's okay to communicate that. It doesn't always have to be the word no. It could be a step to the side. Yes. You know them church hugs and people do like this and they hug you and the little pat and it's like, okay. And it's like, okay, let me, or, you can use your words, say, all right, well, I'll see you guys later. So they know you're departing and then communicate later or just don't get in that situation anymore. Right. But there are ways to communicate your boundary, but when you don't know them, I think it makes it weird for you and the person because they're like, oh, she's acting weird. Well, she just doesn't realize that she can communicate no or may not know how to. Right. But she knows how she feels because how it made her feel. Yes. And that's usually the first thing that lets you know a boundary invasion has happened and that communication needs to take place. Right.
I agree. And I feel like you can't set a boundary until you know yourself. Exactly. Like you identify what is it that makes me feel violated. So you don't know, you can't accuse people of violating your boundaries if they're unaware of what you're, and that goes back to communication. Absolutely. But properly saying it, don't be rude, you in church and you just had a powerful service and the sister want to hug you and you're like, having a seizure, they just try to hug you, you don't have to have a seizure. Just say, I don't like to be hugged.
And it's weird sometimes because you don't want to, but it's like, what's more important? And somebody asked me something recently. They said, how do I say no? And I said, you know what? You say no all the time. It's just whether to you, to yourself, or to them. But no is being communicated. Right. Because if they violate you, you're telling yourself no. Right. It doesn't matter how you feel. Right. You can be violated. But if you tell them no, now you're telling yourself yes. Yes, you do have the respect to be in a position where your boundaries are appreciated. Right. So it's like somebody's going to hear no, whether it's you or them. Oh, yes. So there is no how do I say it. And most people are so accustomed to telling themselves no that they don't know how to express it to someone else. And so now they're suffering and hurting and frustrated and feeling antisocial when really they just need to communicate.
Right. And no, no is just one little word. One word. But it's a whole sentence. It's a complete sentence. Period. That's right. Or exclamation mark if you yell it. Or in all caps. You can say no in different ways. Different fonts. Different voices, different languages, fonts. But people still know what no means. And I'm not trying to be funny because I love all races. I feel like whether you speak English, whether you speak Spanish, people know what no is. Whether you are just travel here from another country, people know what no means.
That is so interesting.
Whether it's a face, a gesture, just a flat out no. People know what no means.
That is so true. That's one of those universal words and terms that no matter what. I'm trying to. Now I want to look that up. How many languages? How do you say no in all the languages? I feel like we need to. What language is that? What was that one?
Nor.
I need to know what language that is.
That's the key dictionary.
Oh, the key. Y'all, we gonna have fun. We gonna have fun this month talking about no. I'm gonna start saying nor. You can't do that every show. Or. So as you can see, we are enjoying this word. Well, she's enjoying this word no as we talk about boundaries. And I feel like this month is going to be really exciting. I think we're going to have a lot of good contributions. So we're going to talk about additional things. Keep rolling with us. We're going to talk about relationships and how you interact with others. And even with, this one touchy one. I want to say it, but I kind of don't want to say it. No,
don't say it.
No. Well, anyway. All right, so you'll just have to tune in to see. But we're going to talk about how you express your boundaries in various relationships and situations, like at work. Situationships.
Yes. Nur.
All right, y'all. I don't think we're going to get anywhere with this.
Okay.
So you know what?
I'm back.
Go ahead and
I'm
say
back.
no. And we will see you guys soon. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for learning a new word. And you know what? I challenge you to look it up in every language.
Especially the Keysonary.
The Keysonary?
Yes, I changed it. First it was the Key Dictionary, but now it's the
Keysonary. I can't, y'all.
Yes. Coming to you shortly. One of these days, buy my book. Keysonary.
There she doing it.
Nur.
Nur. See you guys later.